Makingascene.org brings you Bus Routing 101, how to mix like a pro without overcomplicating it. Most independent artists start a session by clicking on the kick drum and adding an EQ, then moving to the snare to add a compressor. They treat every individual recording like an isolated island, piling effects on single channels, traffic jam. With no lanes or organization, adjusting one instrument's volume inadvertently ruins the balance of three others. The old music industry loved making this process feel mysterious, but for a modern indie artist, that lack of structure just leads to unfinished project files sitting on a hard drive. Raw effort cannot fix a crowded mix. Without an organized system, a bedroom recording will struggle to ever sound like a professional production. Think of a bus as a shared road designed to group similar audio elements together. Instead of managing 100 separate tracks, you create neighborhoods for your drums, your vocals, and your instruments. To build this hierarchy, we start with the track. This is the raw source where the performance lives. Those tracks then flow into the bus. This shared path is where grouped signals merge, allowing you to process the section as a single unit. This gives you instant control. Adding one compressor to a drum bus glues the entire kit together in seconds, which is far more efficient than tweaking a dozen individual microphones. Then we have auxes and sends. These allow you to route a copy of your audio signal to a shared effect, like a single reverb or delay. Using sends saves computer processing power and ensures that every instrument in that group feels like it exists in the exact same cohesive acoustic space. Don't confuse a bus with a VCA or DCA. While a bus processes audio, a VCA is a remote control for your faders. It's used to smoothly adjust the volume of an entire band section without changing their individual tone. Mastering the distinct functions of tracks, buses, and sends transforms a tangled web of cables into a clear, manageable hierarchy that serves the song. Instrument buses stop the track-by-track fighting. By grouping guitars or synths, you can shape the tone of an entire musical layer at the macro level, making broad decisions that keep the mix balanced. You can also use parallel compression buses to add immense weight and punch to your drums or vocals without crushing the natural dynamics of the original performance. In a complex vocal production, a shared bus ensures the lead, doubles, and harmonies sound like a unified performance commanding the center of the mix. AI mixing tools can assist here by analyzing frequency masking across these buses, suggesting tonal balances that help each section find its own space. While these tools and buses provide speed, the human producer still holds ultimate control over the emotional intent. The bus creates the structure, but you make the creative choices. At the very top of the hierarchy is the mix bus. This is the final shared path where the entire song converges before it reaches your speakers. The mix bus is for gentle, final polishing. If a mix has major problems, you fix them in the tracks or the section buses. Never try to use the master output as an emergency room for a broken mix. Be careful not to overroute. Creating dozens of unnecessary buses for every minor sound turns a clean session back into a chaotic, unreadable haunted house. If a bus doesn't directly solve a problem, provide control, or save you time, delete it. A proper routing structure must visually communicate the song's layout the moment you look at the screen. If the session is easy to understand, the mix will be easier to finish. A logical bus hierarchy provides the independent artist with professional leverage that translates directly into real business opportunities. This structure allows you to instantly print isolated stems, like drum mixes or instrumentals, which are required for sync licensing, television spots, and live backing tracks. Utilizing a clean, repeatable workflow eliminates studio friction. When you spend less time troubleshooting your routing, you finish more songs and avoid the trap of abandoned projects. Organized mixing gives artists the autonomy to build their catalog and move fast when an opportunity appears. It is the foundation of a sustainable music career. Find more resources at makingascene.org, where indie artists build the new music industry.